How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Catching Cars. My name is Isaiah, and this right here is the key to our test vehicle today. Thanks to Drive, we have this 2022 Hyundai Tucson. Now this one is the base model in Europe. We have 150 PS petrol engine, manual transmission, 6-speed manual. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out on the Autobahn and see how it goes. And then I'm gonna come back and tell you guys what I think of it. Before we get going, be sure to subscribe to Catching Cars. And since we're already here, let's just go ahead and hit the Autobahn. One major problem already right off the bat, when you want to start up the vehicle, you have to put it in neutral to start it up, and then you go back to first gear. It makes absolutely no sense. Why is Hyundai trying to reinvent how we start up our vehicles? It's very stupid. I mean, if I put my foot on the clutch, obviously it's not going to roll forward or anything, so it should be fine to be in first gear when I start it up. But no, I have to put it in neutral, start it up, and then I can go back into first gear to get going. Really stupid. Driver assistance systems, we're going to go ahead and turn those off right away because they have been annoying the crap out of me today again. So go ahead and turn those off. As you can see, this is a multi-step process, but we'll get into that in just a second. Let's go ahead and hit the Autobahn. So the Hyundai Tucson with the 150 PS 4-cylinder engine and the 6-speed manual tops out at right around 212 kilometers an hour on the speedo. That's where I had it at earlier. And overall, it's a decent vehicle. However, I feel too much cost cutting in these new vehicles. This is definitely one of them. Like I said, this is the base trim, but either way, it just feels cheap in some areas. I mean, and stupid things like the manual transmission, you have to put it in neutral to start it up. Then the assistance systems, they've been annoying the crap out of me. They're super sensitive, and you have to turn them off, and you know, on the steering wheel here, go down to forward safety, lane keep assist, all this stuff. It's just way too complicated. Even though it's not in this menu here, which is great, it's still way too complicated. We need a button right here or right here. Just hold it, turn all the assistance systems off. So you guys can tell I'm really not that happy with this vehicle, to be honest. I think the design is really nice. I think it looks really cool on the outside, but also there, I'm not sure if that's just the base model, but I saw the rear tail lights are halogen bulbs. So they're halogen bulbs, regular light bulbs, not LED, nothing. And I'm not sure, man. We're in 2022. Too much cost cutting. Yeah, everything in this just feels kind of cheap, to be honest. I'm not sure why so many people really like this vehicle. I have to be really honest with you guys. It is decent. Like I said, it looks good. I think if you get this with a better powertrain and an automatic transmission, I think this is a decent vehicle. But there's just too much that really bothers me with this. Like I said, one of the main things is really just that manual transmission. It's really not that fun to shift gears in this, and just starting it up is a pain in the butt every time. So yeah, I'm sure you can get used to that if you actually buy this vehicle. But yeah, that's a pain. Assistance systems are a pain. The gauge cluster is actually fairly nice. It's fairly easy to use. You just have to get used to it a little bit, but I mean, you use this button here to swipe through everything, and then you can scroll down on each menu here. Very nice, easy to read. It changes up when you switch up the drive modes a little bit. You get some like red accents there for the sport mode. Really like that. It looks decent, as I said. You also, in sport mode, get a Rev Matching feature. I'm not sure if you can turn it off, but it works fairly decently. So if I downshift, smooth downshift there, upshift, downshift, very nice rev matching, so that's pretty cool. I do like that, to be honest. Another thing that I do like, it's not all complaints with this, is actually the turn signal stock and the windshield wiper stock, I guess, or the light stock here. It has like this nice finish to it, kind of like diamonds or something, just like a gripped texture, and it feels really, really nice, and not just, you know, like some basic plastic like we get in most other vehicles. So I did really like that, and the steering wheel feels nice. So it is decent overall, but it's just a lot of these new vehicles are starting to be just packed with features that we don't need. Driver assistance, all this technology that just freezes and doesn't work properly. Too much junk in these vehicles, and people don't focus on the actual driving pleasure. So yeah, really not a big fan of that. One thing I am also a fan of is that we still have climate control buttons here. I would prefer a knob, but buttons are decent as well, so better than having that in the touch screen. So that's decent. And overall, yeah, definitely go ahead and test drive one of these. It is roomy, it feels decent. I think if I had this with more options, an automatic transmission, and yeah, automatic transmission, more power, I think I would prefer this a bit more. I'd like it a bit more, but just in base trim, it just, yeah, it's just a car. It's a wannabe SUV. It's front wheel drive. You can't go off-roading in it. You really can't do much, and it just looks like an SUV. That's basically all it is. So that'll be it for today, guys. Be sure to subscribe to Catching Cars, and I will catch you guys in the next video.